Series of speeches has been Rachel Joy Scott. Her life, her death, how she impacted the world, and how she impacted me. But now I'm going to step outside of my comfort zone and force myself to talk about the people responsible for her death and also about a solution to the problem of the human heart. Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold were normal teenage boys. Dylan played t-ball, soccer, he was in scouts, and even though he was extremely shy, he had a lot of thoughts. And he wrote these in his journal almost daily. He met Eric Harris at a young age, and they both transferred to Columbine High School to start a freshman year. While at Columbine, Dylan was heavily involved in theater and the arts. He was creative, imaginative, and many described him as quiet and thoughtful. But a lot of people said that he was a follower, including his mom. ColumbineSite.com said that in a report with ABC News, the mom of Dylan said that he was always a follower at a young age, and Eric had a really bad influence on him. Junior year of high school, things got difficult for both Dylan and Eric, and the bullies began to notice this. They'd get picked on constantly, beat up. The two boys, however, handled this very, very differently. Dylan was quiet and let his anger bubble up inside of him, but Eric lashed out immediately and got himself suspended on numerous occasions, usually dragging Dylan down with him. Together, because of this, Dylan and Eric created a video for one of their classes entitled Hitmen for Hire. Sherry Higgins, mother of a friend of Dylan and Eric's on ColumbineSite.com, said that she was told the teens' video that they made about killing bullies to avenge the weak at Columbine was just a joke. In a direct quote, she thought it was a bang bang Dick Tracy type of thing that they were trying to put together. Looking back, she realized what a mistake it was to not say anything about the violent video. As soon as it got into the thick of it, into the violence in the classroom, she pulled the tape out and she threw it in the trash. She didn't take it to the principal. She didn't say anything. As for Eric, one of his dreams was to join the Marines, and he even applied, but his application was rejected shortly before the shooting because he was taking the drug Lavix. Lavix is an SSRI antidepressant, and he was taking it in connection with his anger management therapy. Lavix side effects could very well have contributed to what happened. Most antidepressants are now cautioning that their use in teens can increase violent and/or suicidal thoughts. Doctors now know that an antidepressant taken by children and teens can increase depression and suicidal behavior, and Columbine was one of the very first case studies that influenced drug companies to include warnings on their advertisements. Only weeks before the massacre, Dylan turned in a school report that was so graphically violent that the teacher told his parents about it. Dylan said it was just a story, and his parents believed him. That same year, Eric and Dylan were both employed at a restaurant called Blackjack Pizza, a pizza place where they would later purchase one of the guns used during the shootings. A close friend of Dylan's purchased 2 shotguns and the rifle she then gave Dylan and Eric, who would later become the Columbine High shooters. In the months before the shootings, Eric and Dylan both talked about what they wanted to do to their school and the people in it through videotapes, including the Hitmen for Hire video, school reports, journals, and diaries, where Eric detailed out floor plans of Columbine and noted when the lunchroom was most crowded. I considered reading an excerpt from Eric's journal, but I can't bring myself to. Eric also wore natural selection shirts, a term adopted by Hitler to mean cleansing the world of pollution. And nobody said anything. In Hitler's eyes, that pollution was the Jews. In Eric and Dylan's, it was 13 members of Columbine High School. We as humans have a free will. We choose what we do, what we say, what we think, and this is a blessing as well as a curse. we're messed up. We make mistakes. We fall, we fail, we die, we win some and we lose some. And at the heart of all our failure is, well, our heart. It's black. It's dirty, stained with the consequences of our free will. We get depressed. We're angry, sad, and broken. This is the problem. You can blame drugs, video games, alcohol, rich parents, cell phones, other people, and even God. Yes, God. But the problem is you. The problem is that you're a sinner, and you're lost in that very sin. No matter how you think the world came into being or why the sky is blue, it doesn't make a difference. Sin is gross, it's horrid, and can drive you to do terrible things that you can't imagine. But enough lingering on the problem. What is the solution? I can tell you. I can write a page about the solution, who he is, how he died for you. But you need to find him for yourself. My words can't change you. Only he can.